What is happening, YouTube? Happy long bank holiday weekend. Yesterday was Good Friday, so happy Good Friday. Happy Easter Sunday tomorrow. Happy everything. Quarantine or not, we're still doing our best. We're still checking on each other, making sure everyone's okay. Big shout out to Farah who did that for the whole group yesterday. I think we all just got to keep doing that, keep it up. Anyway, you didn't come here to listen to me talk about that. Today, we are reacting to Machine Gun Kelly, Pretty Toxic Revolver. So I didn't get to hear this last night because I wasn't able to do a reaction even though I saw that it dropped. So, to give you a genuine reaction, I have to wait for it. Everyone's told me it's sad though. So I've got a little idea, I suppose, of what to expect, but in the same time, no. Let's just get into it. Also, I've got to say, it's getting a bit rough here. Like, barbers are essential workers. Barbers are essential workers. The hairline's getting a bit tough. The beard's getting a bit tough. I'm not going to shave it myself. I'm not doing it. Pray for me though. I need some help out here. Here we go.
Danger. One of us just lost our savior. Gotta maintain when you're going insane, so I say this prayer.
Gotta maintain when you're going insane. I feel that on another level because in life there's so much pressure. There's so much that we have to handle and cope with every single day. And sometimes that pressure really weighs you down, but you can't show the world that. You have to keep going. You've got to keep pushing, and you've got to always try to keep your mental state in the right way, which is not always the easiest thing to do. That's a lot to think about for a first bar. Let's just go back and get this in again.
Danger. One of us just lost our savior. Gotta maintain when you're going insane, so I say this prayer. Dear God, why do I need this medicine to control my anger? And do you even exist? They're trying to say it's a myth. A lot of things left unsaid, a lot of things left unanswered. My aunt just passed from cancer. Dad just got out of rehab, and mom's never gonna show up.
Listen, nobody in life deserves so many horrible things, and no one person should suffer with this many things. We know how many close friends he lost. He lost Nipsey, he lost Chester. We all know his aunt meant the absolute world to him. Great news that his dad's come out of rehab, but that's a lot to take in, that's a lot to deal with personally. And I mean, if you've been following him, if you know like any of his older music, but particularly if you know like Story of the Stairs and stuff like that, you know the issues with his mum leaving, so that's a lot to weigh on anyone's mind. And you can see that it doesn't matter when it happens, that will stay with you always. And the fact that he said, needs a drug to control this anger, and so many of us need them to control an anxiety or a depression or just to cope with stuff and get through the day. It's not fair, and I can see why he mentioning God and myth. Like in the opening bar, he mentioned Savior, and I think so many people. I'm not saying that when he said Savior, he was linking it to God, because Savior to a lot of people can be someone they look up to. It could be, like I said, it could be a Nipsey, it could have been an ex, it could be him, whatever. But it's hard to take it all in. It's hard to believe that sometimes anyone or anything would let all this happen, but who knows, we don't know the greater plan, but it's a lot to take in.
So I say this prayer. Dear God, why do I need this medicine to control my anger? And do you even exist? They're trying to say it's a myth. A lot of things left unsaid, a lot of things left unanswered. My aunt just passed from cancer. Dad just got out of rehab, and mom's never gonna show up. Gotta grow up, ride with me through the memories inside of me. To the nights I was hooked on the ivory, head hurting all week cause of bad coke. Then the same week people overdose, that's fucked up. But I guess I lucked up, and I feel it's pain because it probably won't be until the day I die that they love us.
Wow, it's crazy when someone will say I lucked up. Like, I suppose going back to the sad thing of people who passed, we lost Peep, who Kel's obviously has mentioned before, lost Mac, again, overdoses, so it's a lot to take in. And especially when you've had problems for years, he's overcome so many problems, but there's still some there. And I mean, in the last few things he's dropped, he's had the references to Coke as well. No, it's a battle he always struggled with. A lot from Hotel Diablo as well, with the references in Death in My Pocket, 53666, etc. But man, it's fucked up.
Ivory, head hurting all week cause of bad coke. Then the same week people overdose, that's fucked up. But I guess I lucked up, and I feel his pain because it probably won't be until the day I die that they love us. But trust, every nomination I don't get.
I just miss something, I've got to say, until the day, I don't even want to say it, but until the day he's no longer here, until the day I'm no longer here, I'm always loved this guy. And I speak for so many of EST, he's got love for life, forever. What everything he said and done will carry on, that's for certain.
Then the same week people overdose, that's fucked up. But I guess I lucked up, and I feel his pain because it probably won't be until the day I die that they love us. But trust, every nomination I don't get, every list that I ain't on, is a reminder of why I wrote songs in the first place, as a way to escape where I came from. This just my pretty toxic.
A way to escape what I came from. It's like, you can be successful. He's already won so many awards, he's got plaques, he's got so many fans, and sold out concerts and all of that, and you can still not be completely successful when you're not making sort of these lists and getting those Grammy nominations and other things. I mean, it's crazy. You think of all the stuff he's done, all the hits, all the songs he's dropped, but still there are some things that aren't on the list. I know that's the same for a lot of artists who are also amazing, who are great, but just a lot to think about, seriously.
Every nomination I don't get, every list that I ain't on, is a reminder of why I wrote songs in the first place, as a way to escape where I came from. This just my pretty toxic, heavy conscience, weighing on my soul. 6 shots in my revolver when I'm on my own. Play this song on the first day I am gone. I do not want you to cry, legends never die.
He's so right where he just said legends never die. That's 100%. That goes on with what I said earlier. Just taking in what he said, about 6 shots in the revolver when I'm on my own. I mean, I think a lot of us had those thoughts, or I don't know on what level of seriousness, but just having them in general is serious anyway. It's something no one should have. And I mean, he said it in he said it in other songs before. He said, like, don't cry at my funeral, I never die, I multiply. But and then of course he said in Swing Life Away, fill the sky with diamonds when I'm gone. It's a day no one wants to think about, though. No one at all.
When I'm on my own, play this song on the first day I am gone. I do not want you to cry, legends never die. I hope our story's told, and the years spent on that road. Before they came to our shows, we were creating our lane. I hope they pave it in gold. Take me home, somewhere I belong.
Somewhere I belong. I mean, number one, that's a Linkin Park song anyway, but Kells has said, I mean, he had the song Home, and he's had so many other songs saying, he said it in her song, I don't know what home is because I'm lost without you. When you have such a rough upbringing, like the way his mum left, and then had problems with his dad, it's almost at some point the streets raise you, and your friends are your family, and it's crazy though. Like, take me home. I mean, home is what we're all trying to find, isn't it? A place that we're safe and we're content and we're happy, and all of this stuff doesn't make it home sometimes, all of this. But wow, I hope they pave it in gold. It has to be. I mean, he said it in not his last freestyle, he said it in Smoke and Drive. People saying they're doing this people say they did it first, I'm doing this shit for the 8th time. They have to. He innovated so many things, whether people are giving him all the respect for that or not. It's a fact. There are lists of things you could look at and the people could tell you. It's like, it has to be. It has to be a path remembered, that's for certain.
Take me home, somewhere I belong. Somewhere foreign, looks like Dolly's drawing. Yeah, it's a Isn't it funny that whenever you got a vision, a mission, and a couple of plans to go with it, somebody gotta come along mad and damage it like a cancer that inhabits, never vanishes. A man is a smoke 5 grams of cannabis and still keep.
Well, I've got to go back and take that in, but what he just said there about, you know, when someone's got to come along and damage it, a lot of people can't see you happy. A lot of people cannot see you successful, like, and it's something to do with the fact that your spirit damages their demons. You know what I'm saying? They look at you doing things that they, for whatever reason, couldn't do, whether it's because they just weren't motivated or for whatever reason, and they want to bring you down, make you feel like, no, you can't do it, or they want to take what you create and then just try and destroy it, or not elevate it to the level it should be. It's fucked up that people do that. It happens though. It happens too often, and you got to keep those toxic people out of your life.
Somewhere foreign, looks like Dali's drawing. Yeah. Isn't it funny that whenever you got a vision, a mission, and a couple of plans to go with it, somebody gotta come along mad and damage it like a cancer that inhabits, never vanishes. A man is a smoke 5 grams of cannabis and still keep my stamina for the fans and the goddamn cameras that attack my stance like evangelist.
No one can ever say he doesn't do the absolute world for his fans. Everything he does for us. I mean, look, we're in quarantine, we're all in lockdown, and he's still dropping us music to get everyone through. He knows that we need his existence to cope, like he said in that tweet. Cope with your existence by knowing others need your existence to cope. He is doing that for all of us, and I hope in some way, you know, I was at the Hotel Diablo tour, like every tour, and he said it was the happiest time of his life, and I hope that we're also giving him something to cope with and showing him what he means to us every single time. Every time.
And still keep my stamina for the fans and the goddamn cameras that attack my stance like evangelists. I said truth and they couldn't handle it, so when it sinks you stand in it. I guess this is my Titanic with no James Cameron to direct this draft of it. Just my pretty toxic, heavy conscience.
I mean, number one, yeah, the press and the media and all the cameras constantly looking for stories to try and drag him or bring him down. Shout out to the ones who actually, you know, boost him and say all the good things. That alternative press being a big one, Kerrang being one, I believe. But that was crazy, you know. We all know obviously the story of Titanic and what happened and how it was like, it was grand and it was great and it was amazing, and then obviously it went down. And yeah, he said in Habits that I've been sailing for too long in cold water. So I think that's something we can all relate to sometimes. Like, we're trying to do our best, but something keeps like hitting us and stopping us and just trying to drag us down to a different level, and we're all just trying to stay afloat. I really think that, you know.
Just my pretty toxic, heavy conscience weighing on my soul. 6 shots in my revolver when I'm on my own. Back against the wall, they got me anxious, helpless, frigid, cold. Late nights, drinking on my own.
It's crazy how much he's putting on this and every other record for us. He's literally putting his heart and soul. Like, he makes himself so vulnerable by admitting all of these truths to us and giving us all of these raw emotions for real. And it's why we love him, but it takes so much, you know. This will be in one way therapy, and this way it hurts too. It hurts to be this exposed and this open sometimes, but it's also beautiful.
My own, back against the wall, they got me anxious, helpless, frigid, cold. Late nights, drinking on my own. Now I'm fearless, Al Capone. To my dearest, I ain't going.
I imagine that was probably to his daughter. Maybe it could be his dearest friends as well, but, you know, I imagine that was the case. Him saying, I ain't gone, I'm not going anywhere. No matter all these things, I will always be here for you. I think that's the way I want to see it anyway. I don't know. I didn't write this, but to me it's beautiful. See the emotion in his face right there. Although, on a happier note, shout out Chuck Norris, shout out Sim. Chuck Norris, what a man, what a man. And of course, again, edited by Cole. You know, you can see that in the style of it. This time we didn't have the lines, but, you know, Kel's was that 2-camera setup, which I like. A lot of artists just have one standing. It's nice to have 2 angles, 2 perspectives. It's something more to watch. It's more interesting, and also for him, at least, you know, he can sit down. He can do some cuts, and he can swap between shots and stuff. It's, you know, sometimes you're not always happy with how one looks. I think that's great. So this is a Shawn Mendes vocal. Okay, I didn't know that. I just see that in the description. That's a lot to take in, though. I mean, that's heavy, heavy Hotel Diablo vibes again, of just being so open and honest. And there's a lot of sad stuff in there, but pain is also beautiful. I wish we didn't have to be in so much pain sometimes to have this beauty, because there's also beauty in happiness and love and all of those things. But yeah, it's definitely one I'll keep listening to. But you know, he said about that he's when his back's against the wall, he's anxious as well, and relate way too heavy to that. It's just crazy. Kels, we love you, man. We love you, honestly. Thank you for everything.